and welcome to another week here at Just Gay Stuff Podcast. My name is Jess.
And I'm Lauren, and it's so good to be back in the pod lab again.
It is.
We've had a wonderful time. I had a family member up and it was lovely having her here.
Yeah, your nana came to stay.
My nana came to stay.
It was really great. It was good to just sit for a couple of days.
Yeah, for a change and do some stuff. Although I think one thing I really took away from her being up was we went to play a game. It's now Jess's new favourite obsession at the moment.
I hyperfixate everyone. Lauren has brought to my attention that I do have that quality about me.
The autism is showing. The tism is showing.
Well, here I am.
But no, what I was going to say is even though we went to play that game, we had such an open and honest conversation.
We should have actually brought the microphones out and recorded an episode because
we sat there for like 2 hours explaining things to her. And like my nana's in her 70s, so good on her for trying to understand what queer people go through
and she was trying to understand how to be a better safe person because she's already a safe person, but she wanted to understand more about the process of a non-binary person or the process of a trans person. And she really wanted to gain just a better understanding of how she could better support those people in her life when she meets them. And it was really humbling to have someone want to know that.
Of the older generation.
Yeah. And
you know, they're stunted in their education of the queer people.
Yeah, because it was so not streamlined for them. And we even had that conversation. We talked about how, you know, when you come from a certain generation, you have lived a certain way for so long, it is hard to see outside of a very like thin scope.
Yeah.
But she was so open to everything we had to say and the advice to be a better support system for anyone who was in her life that might be struggling, that she could help them or anything like. It was just really, really great.
Like Jess said, we should have brought the microphones out and just done a whole episode because, it was like...
We could have called it Just Gay Stuff Educating Nana.
I love that. Well, I thought it was great because, it was humbling to see someone of that generation asking questions and trying to be that better person, essentially.
It was great. I hope everybody has a nana in their life that is willing to try and be a better support system for the people in their life.
Yeah, and it kind of reminded me, that's why we do the podcast. That's why we do these episodes, because we also spoke about language, because back in her day, gay only meant happy.
Yeah, and we were saying, in the queer community, and she's like, I don't like that word queer because it's such a hateful word. And I was like, no, but see, now that language has evolved, we're reclaiming certain words. And it was just an overall humbling experience to be able to bring what we do to someone who is willing to learn.
And I love that. So speaking of reliving good feelings.
Reliving a lot of good feelings. And
And
after a really relaxing couple of days that we had, we're ready to jump back in.
We sure are. And I know that we only just did a Am I the Asshole episode, but I loved it so much that I thought that it was my turn to do one because you hosted last time.
Yes, I did.
And I love when I get to be like, I'm on the mic now.
Yeah. Lauren loves the spotlight. Everyone.
I do.
Right. So another Am I the Arsehole episode. Let's go. Let's get it.
All right. Let's get into story number 1.
We're going to jump right in. We won't keep blabbing about how good our weekend was with family. It was just so nice because we never get it. So anyway, we're going to jump right in.
We're going to jump right in and Jess is going to say if this person is the asshole or not the asshole.
So I'm in the hot seat this week. So Lauren's going to read the story and I'll tell her if I think this person is the asshole.
All right, we're starting strong. Am I the asshole for turning my cousin gay and then everyone against each other? How do you turn someone gay?
You can't turn someone gay. Okay, so remember how last time we judged the title?
Yeah, I know, and it was not it.
Judging from this title already, my judge the book by its cover is you can't turn someone gay, so no, you're not the asshole yet.
Yeah. I started a huge misunderstanding in my family over something that happened years ago. It all started 5 years ago when I was 15 and was staying at my aunt's house for a holiday. My cousin, who is her son, was also there. I'm a girl and he's a boy. For context, my aunt is extremely homophobic. Not just that being gay is a sin in religion, but being homophobic is her entire personality. Ooh.
Yeah, she doesn't sound nice. Let's put that out there straight away.
And it wasn't just her. Everyone on that side of my family despised gay people.
Yeah, sounds like you need to run away.
Now, at the time, I had a girlfriend. Let's call her April. April was around my age and also came from homophobic parents. And surprise, surprise, my cousin, who was 18 then, let's call him Sam, also had a boyfriend.
Ooh, queer cousins.
Sam and I never told anyone about our relationships. However, as teenagers, we wanted to spend time with our partners, but couldn't due to the homophobia, so we decided to troll everyone. I pretended that Sam's boyfriend was my boyfriend, and he pretended that April was his girlfriend. Everyone believed this, so whenever I was with April outside, I would be like, "That's my cousin's girl."
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's definitely a workaround, isn't it?
The best part was that when one of our partners stayed over, they ended up sharing rooms with the person they were actually dating. For example, if I brought my boyfriend home and
quote unquote,
he stayed the night, my aunt would make him share rooms with Sam. Likewise, whenever Sam brought April home, she would be in my room. Genius, I know.
That is actually quite genius,
It is
I have
quite
to
genius.
say.
Well, nobody figured it out until 2 days ago. My aunt called me and unleashed a barrage of insults. Ooh. She used every slur you could ever imagine. Turns out Sam invited her to his wedding, and he was marrying that same guy from 5 years ago.
Wow, congrats for staying together and keeping that from your mum for 5 years.
Yeah,
that's great.
Jeez. She accused me of turning her God-loving Christian son into a sinful man.
Quote unquote.
This couldn't be my fault because Sam and his boyfriend were already together before I arrived. Anyways, she thinks that I'm the one who turned her son gay and that it is because of me that Sam and his boyfriend would sleep together in the same room and that's how they became gay. I don't understand because you can't turn people gay.
Also, it was like the aunt's decision to make them sleep in the same room.
And I'm like, I can understand the logic there because, you know, most parents are like, boys can't sleep in the same room.
Avoid teenage pregnancy. Make your son gay.
That's a t-shirt. After she hung up, I started getting calls from all my relatives. All of them insulted me. They blocked me on everything. Then after that, they called my mum and insulted her as well.
Ouch, leave the mum out of it.
Yeah. My mum was confused as to what was going on. She asked me what happened and I ended up telling her everything. I never told her how I spent our holidays before this. The thing that she was more focused on was that back when I was pretending that Sam's boyfriend was my boyfriend, he was 19 and I was 15.
So she wasn't of the age of consent.
My mum lost it when she found out that my aunt was actually okay with me dating someone that much older than me when I was just 15. And my aunt didn't even bother to call her and tell her. My mum started calling my relatives and then screaming at them. Some of them took my aunt's side, some of them took my mum's side, and now they're all arguing with each other through a phone as I am writing this down. Jesus.
Wow.
Sam called and apologized for the way his mum acted. He said that she is crazy and that he had to cut her off after what happened. So am I the asshole here? My aunt said it's because of me implanting woke ideologies into her son's head whenever we were alone. Me being a bad influence on him because I didn't grow up religiously like her side of the family, and me making him miss church services on a Sunday, which was a total of one time because I was sick and somebody had to stay home with me. Apparently this was what made him gay. She then started crying and one of my uncles started yelling at me for breaking the family apart. What made the situation worse is the fact that my grandmother is on my side, when I think my aunt thought she was going to be on my aunt's side. Grandma even ended up buying me a Lady Gaga album because she heard people in the queer community love Lady Gaga, which I do.
Go grandma.
Am I the asshole? Should I have just been upfront 5 years ago and also outed my cousin?
Oh, there is so much to unpack.
I was like, that's a lot to unpack in one thing.
Okay,
Oh.
let's break it down. So, okay, the basis of the story is you and your cousin pretended to be straight and then essentially fooled your aunt into letting you have your respective partners in the same room with you and then you could do whatever. And none of your family knew because they were all homophobes.
I feel like that's where you go, we can choose our own family.
Yeah, look, I don't think you're the asshole at all. I think at the end of the day, if your family's going to be homophobic and other people have a problem with that, well, then that's your family's problem. Your cousin Sam deserves to be happy with his husband-to-be, and you also deserve to be happy. So it's really a case of you have found the people in your family that aren't safe because they were very upfront about not being safe, and now you can go and find the people who you deserve to find.
And like you,
and your
like
grandma's one of them. She's awesome.
She's awesome. And like the original poster said, at least they have their cousin and that support system there.
Yeah, and they were their each other's support system in a time where especially his family was obviously quite homophobic, so they kind of kept each other going. I think what people need to realize is if you weren't that person for him or if he wasn't that person for you, maybe life wouldn't have been so rosy for you in that time. So I think thank each other for the support and move forward knowing that obviously you can't change who you are and obviously you didn't turn your cousin gay.
Well, and you can't change your family's stuff either, so.
And, they say blood's thicker than water, but, chosen family is sometimes a lot better than the family you were given.
Yeah, I agree. Also, you can't suddenly be gay because you missed one service of church. Plus, I know a lot of queer people who go to church.
Also, I was going to say I'm queer and I've missed a lot of church, but I think that really just brings the point home.
All right, are you ready for story number 2?
I am. Let's go.
I agree with you. You can't judge us by the title because it goes different. All right. Am I the asshole for yelling at my friends and leaving dinner after they all made fun of me and gave me a gay intervention? Okay, yep, the deep breaths are on.
Well, based on the title, I don't think anyone should yell at their friends in a public space. Maybe that's a bit, maybe you are the asshole. Okay, anyway, let's get into the story and we'll be able to tell.
Digging in. I went out to dinner with 5 friends. 1 guy, 4 girls. For context, I'm a 21-year-old girl and look very masculine. I have short hair, a deep voice, I never wear makeup, I have a masculine sense of style, and sometimes I get mistaken for a man. Usually, if it's by someone I'm never going to see again, like a cashier or a waiter, I don't really care to correct them. My friends and I were having dinner at a fancy restaurant and the waiter came to our table and he mistook me for a man. One of my friends responds, "Oh, she's not a man, she's just a lesbian." Everyone laughed and the waiter apologized.
I don't think you really needed to know her personal life.
No. After he left, I asked my friend why she said I was a lesbian. I have never indicated in any way that I'm a lesbian.
Oh, okay, so she's not a lesbian. Okay.
Because despite my features, I'm not.
Hard line.
I've never had a boyfriend, but that's because I'm not interested in a romantic relationship, but we have talked about men that we find attractive. I thought it was clear that I was straight. My friend rolled her eyes at my question and said, "Oh, come on, we all know you're a lesbian." I was honestly shocked. More of my friends jumped in and said, "Yeah, you don't have to lie to us." I wasn't lying.
Oh my God.
They started making jokes about me, dressing like a lesbian, hiding my sexuality, being in a glass closet. Everyone knows. It's 2025, no one cares, etc., etc. It all seemed like it wasn't a joke and they actually believed it. One of my friends even joked, "You were obviously in love with Kylie." I showed genuine shock at this remark and she reassured me, "It's okay, we all don't mind if you're gay." Kylie was an on and off childhood friend of mine and our friendship ended badly a few months ago. I was very upset by it and confided in my friends. I never thought they would use it against me. I told them firmly that I'm not a lesbian, that this isn't funny and I was not in love with Kylie. Once they saw I was being serious about this, their tone and attitude became less jokey. They started lecturing me on self-acceptance, being in denial, internalized homophobia, I'm not homophobic, heteronormativity, compulsory heterosexuality, etc. It was like some sort of gay intervention. I found it absolutely ridiculous. I yelled at them for being bad friends because I couldn't even dress how I wanted or talk to them about my troubles, so I left the restaurant. It's the morning after and I don't know what to do or say. Am I the asshole? No, your friends are.
Yeah, I don't know. When we're friends with people, we expect people to accept us for who we are. And you and I have said so many times in so many episodes that queer people don't look a certain way, even though some of us fit a stereotype.
I think that's the problem. Majority of people assume, and look, we are also guilty of that.
Oh, totally.
Because, there's people on teams that we watch and know of that we were convinced were queer and are not.
Oh, yeah. So, okay. Thinking of this one person in particular who I would have sworn black and blue was queer, who isn't. I think we have to just accept that not everybody fits in a box. Not everybody has a label. Not everybody is what we expect them to be.
And if you listen to our Sexuality as a Spectrum episode, you would know.
But also, listen to what your friends are telling you. just because they might fit a certain stereotype doesn't mean they are that thing. So
Yeah.
I don't think you were the arsehole. I think you had every right to arc up. And I think at the end of the day, you just wanted to be heard.
Yeah.
And your friends were not hearing you.
I think your friends were the assholes. One, it's a public place. So like you said, they didn't need to, not out because this person is clearly straight, but same thing, not essentially just say to the world that this person's a lesbian and then keep arcing it on. It's almost a case of bullying in a way to really be like, oh, you are actually this. You are this. Like to the point where you start to question yourself and you start to believe it.
Because what's the next thing? Straight people that look like queer people are under the queer umbrella because they're getting the same, they're being ostracized the same way. I mean, if you're feeling exactly how we've felt, welcome to the club.
Yeah, unfortunately. It's not a very fun club to be a part of.
Welcome to the club. The LGBTQ.
All right. Next one.
I'm ready.
Am I the asshole for saying, I don't know, man, lesbians? I'm curious.
Slapping a stereotype label.
Yeah.
What did we say about the stereotypes? Leave them at the door.
It's like a backhanded thing. Anyways.
Let's get into the story to see if this person actually is the asshole.
Yeah. My big sister is my best friend in the entire world. She's literally the coolest, funniest person I've ever known, and she's always been my hero. Oh my God, my sister wrote this. She's also a lesbian.
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't. I'm just kidding. She's also a lesbian. She's currently engaged to a really, really cool lady who I love almost as much as my sister. They are currently set to get married this coming December. One of my sister's bridesmaid is her current fiance's ex-girlfriend. Oh, the lesbian map.
Yeah, wait, so the person she's marrying, one of her bridesmaids used to date the person she's marrying.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You got the map?
Yep. I need an L word, Alice
visual,
map.
yeah.
Yep, okay.
They're all friends and quite close, so it's not weird for them at all. My sister often makes jokes about how all lesbians know each other and how lesbian relationships tend to work.
I mean, we don't all know each other. Like,
No.
I don't know this person.
No, neither. For example, my girlfriend and I were together a year before we moved in together, and my sister joked that that's a decade in lesbian years.
That's true.
It is true.
It is true.
My girlfriend asked me about the ex being in the wedding party and why they chose to do so because it seemed like it would be awkward. I said it wasn't for them, and she asked me why. I just laughed and shrugged and said, I don't know, man, lesbians. My girlfriend got pretty mad at me and said that I was being homophobic and playing into stereotypes, and I shouldn't have said that. My sister laughed when I told her the story, but the things my girlfriend said are sticking with me and making me feel pretty bad. Am I the asshole for saying this? I feel like my sister would have told me.
I don't think you're the asshole.
No, neither.
I think your sister and you had the inside joke from the knowledge you had gained from your sister, from her being part of the queer umbrella.
Community, yeah.
Yeah. And so I think you were just playing it off like, oh, that's what they do. And, the stereotype for some people is very true.
Yeah.
A lot of lesbians are good friends with their exes, and we all stick together in these groups because some people say if they're not friends with their exes, they don't have any other gay people to hang out with.
That's true.
So
Could never be me though.
no, and yeah, it is hard in some circles, but I don't think you're the asshole.
No, I don't think you're the asshole either. I agree. And I know that we've made that joke, or we've had friends say to us, oh yeah, lesbians, like you guys are a U-Haul couple. And
yeah, and if you get offended, that's your choice to get offended. I don't think someone outside of the community should be offended if someone inside of the community isn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what this is? This is that typical, I'm not allowed to say it, so you shouldn't say it either.
Yeah.
Just because when you have lived experience of something, it's easier for you to come from a place of saying something about it. But if someone outside of it that doesn't have lived experience says something, you're like, ooh.
I think it's also for us, like we've said, in the queer community, we're trying to take back a lot of the stereotypes and a lot of the language. So we make jokes out of it to be like, these are the hardships we've gone through, but this is the funny side of it.
I think the difference is in this context, he wasn't meaning anything negative by it either.
No, he wasn't.
It wasn't like, oh, why doesn't your sister like me? And he's talking to his best friend and he's like, oh, because she's a lesbian.
It was more like a off-the-cuff comment. I don't know, lesbians, man.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I don't think that you were the asshole.
No, I don't. All right, next one.
Next one.
Am I the asshole for not telling my wife that our daughter is a lesbian? Depends on the context.
I'm not going to judge that one. I think I need the story.
Yeah. My daughter is a lesbian, and I found out by accident when she was 15.
15 is like a wholesome number in
Apparently, it's the puberty number. It's the experimental stage, you know.
I like the number 15. It's like a clear multiple of 5.
Yeah, all right. Calm down. She had a sleepover with a friend, and I accidentally saw them kissing in her room. You can't judge that person being a lesbian by someone kissing in the room. Like, I kissed a bunch of girls in my... I'm not helping
and now you're gay.
Now I'm a lesbian.
I kissed some guys when I was younger. I'm
Same.
not straight.
No.
Anyways,
she didn't see me, so I just moved away slowly and quietly. I told her the next day what I saw, and she came out to me. Okay, well, now you know.
She was queer. Yeah.
I told her it was okay and that this wouldn't change anything in our relationship. I suggested she tell her mum, my wife, and she said she would tell her one day when she's ready, but for now I should keep it a secret.
I think this is from a husband's point of view.
Yeah, I just worked that out. I was like, this is a husband.
Yep.
I asked her why she didn't want to tell her mum, and she said her mum has a big mouth and she didn't want other people in the family to know, especially her grandparents on my wife's side, because they're all super religious and have been outwardly homophobic.
That's fair
enough.
Very fair.
So I just let it be and kept the secret as it wasn't my secret to tell. Fair enough.
That is fair.
Well, my wife recently found out when my daughter brought her long-term girlfriend home, who is now her fiancé.
Okay, so this must be like years later. Yeah.
I've known about this girl since they started dating. I even met her parents. My wife got angry and asked our daughter why she kept this a secret from both of us. My daughter responded by saying that I knew all along and I was the one supporting her.
Oh, the daughter threw him under the bus.
Yeah, I was going to say she tipped you in it.
Yeah.
My wife was furious that I never told her the truth and is now calling me a liar. I understand that I lied all this time, but it wasn't my secret to tell. My wife has accused me of living a double life and sneaking out at night to have dinner with my daughter's secret lovers. This is also true, but my daughter...
I was like, wow, wild accusation. Yeah. And then it's like, this is also true.
This is also true, but my daughter asked me to meet her girlfriend and then asked me to meet her parents. I even play golf with my daughter's fiance's father.
Oh, buddies.
Yeah. Then my wife did what my daughter had feared and called the whole family and some of her friends and told them everything. Now my daughter and I are being called assholes for keeping such a big secret. I'm being called a horrible lying husband. Am I the asshole for not being upfront with my wife? No.
I think your wife needs to ask herself why the daughter didn't tell her in the first place. She needs to look within and go, okay, clearly I was not presenting myself as a safe person that my child could come to me and tell me. And the fact that she just went and did everything that the daughter feared just shows exactly why she didn't tell her in the first place.
And I think, with you asking if you're the asshole, I don't think you are. I think you did everything by the book right. You listened to your daughter, gave the support when she needed it.
Was accepting,
kept her secret.
Mm-hmm. And I know that can be hard because, when you're a married couple and you're supposed to be on the same team and communication is everything, that is like a fine line, isn't it?
It is a very fine line. I think the only part that maybe I would have suggested when it started coming to actually meeting the parents and meeting the girlfriend, I would have been like, well, maybe do you think it's time to tell your mum?
Yeah, maybe he should have pushed the daughter a bit more.
To have that inclusiveness, because I can understand from the mum's point of view how she would be feeling. Suddenly you're like rocked up with this fiance and she's like, the fuck?
Yeah, didn't even know about this person.
Didn't even know you were queer.
She probably feels like she doesn't know anything about her daughter. But at the same time, I feel like she needs to look within and go, okay, why don't I know this?
Yeah, because she wasn't a safe person.
I think as well, your job as your daughter's dad and your wife's husband is, if your daughter had already told you that she had this fear that the mum was going to call the whole family and tell them everything, that could have been your position then to be like, do not do this.
Yeah.
This is why she had the fear. This is why she has this. So I guess you could have kind of stood up for your daughter in that way. But ultimately, the bottom line is, I don't think you're the asshole.
No, you're not. All right. Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to stop singing in the car?
Yes. No, I say that, but I don't even sing in the car.
No,
you do.
Because you sing for a living. You're like, I'm not going to sing for free in the car.
But you do. You sing in the car.
I do. And you haven't told me to shut up yet.
No, I might be thinking it though. But I'll never tell you.
That's fine. I've been dating my girlfriend, let's call her Angie, for about 9 months now.
9 months, could have had a baby.
Yeah, I know. And I genuinely adore her. She's kind, smart, funny, and just overall a wonderful person.
That's nice.
I really do feel lucky to have her in my life. That said, she loves to sing. Ooh. So what's wrong? Like all the time, but especially in the car. And to be clear, she's incredibly talented. Oh.
Why did you go, oh, and she's incredibly talented?
Because I'm like...
Because it's funnier when they're not?
No, because my thought process is like, knows she's talented, so it's like that annoying sing.
No, but you're right. If someone isn't like, you know, when you go to karaoke, it's a lot funnier when they can't sing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where the entertainment actually comes in. If someone's in karaoke and you know they can sing, you're like, oh,
like get off the stage. Yeah. She's done choir throughout school. She's a musical theatre major.
Oh, is she your friend?
No, I don't know. I didn't know. Maybe.
You know, Angie. Everyone, all the lesbians know each other.
Apparently. And she truly has an amazing voice. Most of the time, I love hearing her sing and perform. It's something I admire about her because I can't hold a tune to save my life. Fair.
Are you sure you didn't write this?
No, I didn't.
Just kidding.
You said I can.
You can hold a tune.
Hold a tune. I just can't drum.
You are definitely not tone deaf.
I just don't have rhythm.
No, you don't. You have no rhythm.
However, when we're driving together, it honestly gets on my nerves. I don't mean every now and then, it's constant. For example, the other night we were driving home from a mutual friend's place. I put on some music in the background and started talking and asking her about her day. As soon as there was a lull in conversation, she turned the music up and started singing. I let it go for a song or two, but when I turned it back down and tried to resume the conversation, she gave me a one-word answer, turned it up and went right back to singing. This kind of thing happens all the time. I try not to be overly sensitive about it, but it makes me feel like she's not interested in talking to me. I've brought it up a couple of times, but she usually brushes it off and tells me that it just passes the time, which it does for her. Meanwhile, I'm driving next to what feels like a brick wall. Sometimes I try to sing along, but she'll say something like, "It's not a duet," in a joking way, but I know she means it.
Ooh.
I really do love her, and I don't want to make her feel like she can't be herself around me, but I also don't want to feel ignored every time we're in the car. So am I the asshole for wanting her to dial it back while we're in the car?
Nah, I don't think so. I think she's being the asshole because she's not reciprocating conversation. I can see why you would feel like you have no importance to her in those moments. Yeah, I don't like that.
No, I don't like that either.
I don't like it's not a duet. It's like, oh, I'm talented but you're not, so shut up so I can have the spotlight.
Yeah, no, I was not about. See, I told you that's where I knew that story was going.
Yeah.
Nah, your girlfriend's
I know you love her, but maybe let her go.
Yeah, the red flags be showing.
Yeah, it starts here, but I'm like, take away the car.
Yeah.
What's the rest of your relationship like? Do you have good conversation outside of the car? Because if she only gives you one word answers inside the car, is that purely just because she wants that time to be on the stage?
Not really, because I'm like thinking if she's a singer that sings all the time, she'd be singing all the time. Would be, the radio would be on, the music would be on.
I can't even listen to music in the car anymore. I just drive in silence or I listen to podcasts.
Yeah, but that's because you do it for a living. So you're like, oh, I'm over it.
Yeah, I get sick of a lot of things.
Especially like there's times where I will want to listen to music and then you'll be like, oh, can we not?
Oh, yeah, but we have to compromise. So Lauren loves musical theatre, so Lauren only listens to like musical theatre songs.
Not always, but majority of it.
So in the car, she'll be like, can we listen to this? And I'll be like, can we listen to like 2? And then can we have some silence?
Yeah.
It's communication, everybody.
That's what it is. At least we communicate, make the compromises, and that's that.
Girl, communication is key.
I think maybe you should really take a look at what you want, and I don't know if that girl is the girl for you.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes, ready.
Am I the asshole for standing up for my brother and causing drama in a family wedding?
Depends. It really depends.
All right. My older brother, let's call him Drew, is getting married at the end of the year. To put it lightly, me and his fiancée, let's call her Maggie, do not get along. That's the name.
Yeah, who's the Maggie we don't like?
The one in Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, yeah. What a wasted character, if anyone's up to that.
She's very stuck up.
And, yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
Yep.
And has made some snide comments towards me, our family, and especially my younger brother, Matt, who is 15. Why is 15?
15.
Why is 15 the magic number in these stories?
Is something happening in...
That was like 3 15s.
Is something happening on the 15th of something? I don't know.
I don't know. For context, Matt is a twin with his sister Rebecca and has always been the black sheep of our family, and recently he came out as gay.
Good for Matt.
Yeah, good for you, Matt. Our family is very open and accepting of people, but not my brother's fiancé. Or I think that's meant to say their family is accepting. They're accepting of the fiancé, but the fiancé is not accepting of gay people.
Yes, I think that's the... I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I was trying to read, because when I read it,
not
it
that
was
they're not accepting the brother's fiancé.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page now.
Yeah, we are.
All right. The problem occurred when I was asking Maggie about the upcoming wedding and how the planning was going. She started telling me about the difficulty of the seating chart and showed me what she had planned. As I was looking at the chart, I realised Matt's name was nowhere to be found. I'm not a fan of Maggie, but I didn't want to assume the worst of her, so I asked her where Matt was sitting and she suddenly went quiet. She told me how she wasn't going to be inviting him. I immediately was upset because she invited his twin sister Rebecca and everyone else was coming. I immediately thought this was because she was being homophobic. She assured me it wasn't that. She just thinks that Rebecca is more mature than Matt. This is bullshit. This wedding isn't going to be child-free. We have so many little cousins who are being invited since family is very important to us. Not inviting Matt makes no sense except for his recent coming out. Also, he would be the only one in our immediate family not invited to the wedding.
That's fucked.
That is fucked.
You can't invite everyone except one person.
Yeah. I stood up and started yelling at her for not including him, but she just ignored me. When Drew got home, she told him that I had abused her over the wedding invites. He knelt down to comfort her and gave me dirty looks. Once she was away, he turned to me and started yelling at me about being rude to her when she's under so much stress from planning the wedding. I told him I think his fiancée is homophobic because she wasn't inviting our gay brother to the wedding. Drew stood up for her and said it's her wedding too. She has a right to invite or not invite who she wants.
Nah, that's bullshit.
But he's our brother and will be the only one from our family not invited, and that would make him feel awful. I understand that yelling at her was a bit much and I could have handled the situation differently, but it makes me feel sick, the thought of Matt being left out and treated badly. I don't want to fight with Drew, but I'm standing my ground. How does he see this isn't right? Matt doesn't know about any of this yet, and I'm hesitant to tell him because I fear for his feelings. Am I the asshole for starting this fight, or should I have stayed out of it? None of us are currently talking.
No, I don't think you're the asshole at all.
Maggie was the asshole.
Maggie's the asshole, and I think your brother's the asshole.
Yeah, the brother.
Why is he not standing up for your brother if your whole family is accepting except for the fiancé? Why is he not standing up to her and being like, babe, you can't not invite my little brother if you're inviting everyone else in the family?
Also, I'm like, then what happens to like all of your relatives if they find out he's not invited, suddenly boycott the wedding?
I would
Yeah.
totally do that. Sometimes I feel like, you know, when you're coming together as two families and you're accepting that, you need to have acceptance for people, you know. You can't be, no.
You're legging it out of there.
I am like channeling the anger from OP right now.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
you would be fuming, and I could see like the rage you would have because you are that type of person that stands up for the things you believe in and is quite confident in doing that.
I think it's awful because I'm like, how is he being gay anything to do with your wedding if that is the actual reason which she's not inviting him, which let's face it, I can see how OP thinks that's the only reason. There's no other reason. How would he feel? People don't put themselves in other people's shoes.
No.
He's just going to be the only person in the whole family not going to the wedding. That's awful.
Also, can we talk, this is like the case of where when we're at this prime age of 15 and going through puberty and your hormones, this is where it's the most triggering for people that are self-developing. This is where they're more likely to have those suicidal thoughts, to have that, especially if they feel like people, especially people from their family, are against them.
And it's not just about your family supporting you. Obviously, he has the majority of his family support, but it can be one person that literally tips you over the edge. And this person is being brought into their family, and if he thinks that his family is accepting someone that's not accepting of him, that can be damaging too.
Also, would she have not met Matt and known this about him previously when like her and the brother were already dating?
He only recently came out.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, I know.
Ew.
Yeah.
All right, well. All right.
Okay, yep.
We're going to end on this one now.
Okay.
I know like we've done, like we did a few on the last Am I the Asshole episode, and I've done quite a few now, but I love doing these ones.
Yeah, I love these episodes. They're actually my new favorite besides Worst First Dates.
Date. You also like when we do our ghosty ones.
Second Date or Ghost.
Second Date or Ghosty. Game shows.
Little spoiler that another one of that is coming up. Ooh.
I'm excited.
Okay.
I might be in the hot seat that time.
I think Lauren is definitely going to be in the hot seat.
All right, last one. Am I the asshole for kicking my family out after they made my son cry for being gay?
Straight up, no, you're not the asshole.
No. My 15-year-old son is
It's the
gay.
magic number. What do I say?
My wife and I are fully supportive of him. I thought my family was too, but now I doubt that.
Oh.
They have been staying at my house for a few days, since it's been a little while since we've seen each other in person. Everything was going great until yesterday. I was out running errands when my son called me crying and asked me to come home. When I got home, I found him crying in his room, and he told me that while I was gone, my parents kept telling him that he needs to find a girl to date and how it's wrong for him to be attracted to boys.
How is it their business to tell him that?
Also, it doesn't affect them.
Yeah, fuck off.
It's the generational thing.
Oh, I'm already like, fuck off.
Yeah. That really pissed me off. Same with Jess.
Yeah.
Not only did they basically tell my son not to be gay, but they did it behind my back.
Yeah, that's shit.
I confronted my family about it and they admitted it.
At least they admitted it.
Yeah. They said they just wanted what was best for my son and how he can find someone like my wife.
How do they know what's best for his son? What's best for his son is to be the person he wants to be.
Yeah, literally. I really didn't appreciate that comment and we argued over it, and I ended up asking them to leave.
Good for you.
They stormed out and now keep calling me and calling me a jerk. I'm conflicted. I really think I was in the right as I was defending my son, but their reactions are making me worry that I overreacted. Am I the asshole?
Nah,
you're not.
Hands down, you did the right thing by backing your son up all the way.
From the title, Jess was like, nah.
Yeah, from the title, I was on your side. I was right there with you.
She was backing you. I agree. You're not the asshole. You stood up for your son. You let people know that you care and you're open and accepting, even if it comes to your own family.
Also, it's this ringing in your ears of like, I just want what's best for this person. Well, that's all of like, and we kind of had this chat with your nan.
Yeah.
Because she's like, oh, I don't want people to be hurt and I want this person to be the best version of themselves and blah, blah, blah. That's all good and well, but the way they're going to be the best person they can be is by letting them be their own person and not forcing what you want on that person.
That's true. That's what you said. You were like, a lot of this is what you want.
Yeah.
You want the best for them. You want this. You want that.
But it's like, what do they want?
What do they want? They want to be open and happy and gay and accepted by their family.
And also, who's to say he won't find someone amazing like this guy's wife? Yeah. That's a very weird comparison.
That is a weird comment, isn't
like,
it?
he's not going to find a boyfriend or a husband that is a gentle soul or empathetic or has amazing morals like this guy's mom. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird.
That's a stupid comparison. And that also feeds into they obviously think gay people are sinners.
Oh, yeah.
We're not good people.
It was, yeah, definitely giving that vibe.
Yeah. I'm glad we're ending on that one because I think my brain's melted from all these assholes.
Yeah. Also, fun fact about assholes.
We've all got one. They're like opinions.
Well, that too. I wasn't going to say that too. But no, someone was telling me, and I don't know whether it was one of our friends or whether I'm making this up or what this
Here's a fun fact that I made up.
That's an
oxymoron.
Yeah, no, that we all start out as assholes because we're just the asshole.
Oh no, I've heard that. I've heard that.
So some people just never come out of the asshole stage.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Well, with that in mind, everyone, I think we best sign off before this gets a bit too rowdy.
Yeah, I think so too.
So until next week,
I hope you remember to
stay gay, motherfuckers.